you decide to have a public profile and to have a podcast back in, I believe it's 2016, to help promote Asian women and help them tell their stories? Because sometimes I believe, well, I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for you, but for me, it was really easy for me to just kind of be blend in and not necessarily be visible, and so that I can just kind of agree with people. And at some point, I think it's not until after I started my business that I realized that I really have a lot more to say. And, because it's my own company, I have a little bit more autonomy. And I wonder, what is that turning point for you?
Yeah, that is such a great question. And I was like you too. I was always afraid to promote myself, put myself out there. I was afraid that people might laugh at me or think I'm crazy. Even when I started my podcast, I still had a lot of doubt and fear. I just thought maybe people wouldn't like my voice. They thought I was this crazy Asian girl just creating something. And so, like you, I had a lot of doubts. But I also realized that if I really wanted the representation that I craved for, it really had to start with myself, right? And then also having a great support system who push you to go out and do it. Because, I know we've been conditioned to never ask for help, but it's really asking for help that really boosted my confidence, right? Because now I'm not the only one doing this, and it makes it faster, right? And so every time people ask me what my advice is, one of the main things I tell them is you need to ask for help, right? Don't be afraid to do it. It's not shameful. It's not a handout. It's going to help you, take your business or your confidence to the next level. So I realized that if I wanted something, I had to start with me, right? That's why I started the podcast. I really wanted to create this strong representation of Asian women. And so I just went out there and did it. Even though if I had no clue what I was doing, even if I was scared, I just went ahead and did it, right? Um, every time you step into something new, it's always scary, right? You're like, no, you're not sure what's going to happen. You don't know if anything will work properly, and then we have this notion that everything has to be perfect when it doesn't, right? You just go ahead, figure it out along the way. And because most people do that anyways, especially, you see men who are successful, like half the time they're just figuring it out. So, as women, we try to over prepare and then something still holds us back. When really, if we just learn to figure things out along the way, we can get so much more done, right? So, yeah, for me, it was just really, I had to be the example. I had to lead by example.